Hello, and thank you for checking out this video that is a more detailed look at some of the planning systems that are in existence and utilized in the financial services world today. We want to specifically target today some of the planning systems that are geared for life insurance selling. So those are going to be very specific in nature. One of them is called Leap Systems. The other is more of a book, I think, than anything. It's called Missed Fortune. Nelson Nash is another gentleman or organization that I think we have seen in the past that is very focused on life insurance. Your Circle of Wealth is another one. All these are going to have at their core some permanent life insurance aspects. So I don't want to sit here and say that they are all focused only on permanent life insurance because they are not. However, one of the larger aspects to these planning styles or systems versus most of the other planning systems that are in the marketplace today is going to be their emphasis on permanent life insurance being the cornerstone of one's financial life. And I don't really want to get into details today because I don't know who you are that's watching this as to whether or not permanent life insurance is appropriate for you. However, I do want to spend a little bit of time addressing some of the problems that we see in our experience or we have seen in our experience with regards to some of these planning systems. And it boils down to a over concentration of premium dollars being utilized for a product. So we can't quite remember how many times, but we have seen several customers, clients come into us spending thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on life insurance, permanent life insurance, and not fully understanding what all and why they have what they have. And typically, they would have bought this through one of these selling systems. And we, again, do not have any problems with the aspects of permanent insurance. What we do have problems with is simply the idea of balance. And it is very, very common that we would see somebody going through one of these systems with a very, very high concentration of premium dollars, meaning financial resources, and current assets that are being utilized towards or used for permanent life insurance, which again is not a bad thing. However, it is an issue that we feel like can be, I guess I would say, abused if you're not careful. The industry has done a very good job of creating some sales systems that point out the positives and also the negatives of life insurance. And we, kind of appreciate that. We like the fact that there's a lot of information out there. What we kind of dislike is sometimes the manner in which it's presented by the practitioner can be skewed. And if it does have an overemphasis of material or information on permanent life insurance, and only the positive aspects of that contract are pointed out, it can be a contract that if you stack up positives on one side of a chart and negatives on another side of a chart, it can look overwhelmingly positive from many planning perspectives. However, if you don't fully have balance and take into account some of the negatives, that's kind of where we see some of the problems. So we don't want to really get into the idea of blasting any of our competitors because honestly, that's just not how we operate. We find that most of the people in this career are honest and have morals and aren't trying to deceive people. We find that there's just a few people out in the industry that we have seen that maybe they don't know, or maybe they do know, and they're just doing something unethical. We like to just teach people in our opinions the facts as to what we see. And um, if we want to make changes, we can easily make changes. No insurance really decision is irreversible. It can be costly to change your mind in the middle of an insurance decision, but it's not impossible. So, don't want to get into a lot more details on this. However, if this is something that you are interested in learning more about, or if you are currently going through one of these financial planning processes and you want our experience as to how we have viewed them, or some of the positives and negatives, and just some of our thoughts on proper balance, we would be more than happy to give our opinion on that. Just reach out to us. Thanks.